free bird. Oh shit, wait, my mic is on. I didn't even. Oh, fuck me. I thought it was off. Hey, what's up, Mr. Morse? That is embarrassing for me. Gotta say. Gotta say. Super fucking embarrassing. Yeah, I'm munching. I got some Doritos. That's super embarrassing. Never happened before. Well, you know, sometimes you just fuck yourself. Mmm. Crunch, crunch. Oh! Said goodbye to Ginge. We're probably gonna raid him later. Fucking love Ginge. I think I always lurk in his stream. If I can. Sweet chili Doritos are goated. I just recently found out how good they are. So, yeah. And I didn't have time to cook myself dinner, so it's chips for dinner and energy drink for the stream. So here we are, okay? Please don't view me as any type of role model. I am not, obviously. Alright, we're gonna start with Decimate Drive. X-Gamer actually told me about this and suggested it. Apparently it's a car game where the cars are zombies as well. And you're trying to not get zombified in your car. Gamer dinner, Monster and Donuts during DreamHack. But I mean, DreamHack is different. At DreamHack, if you actually buy real food, you're almost not a gamer anymore. Like, you should get kicked out. Like, there are places at DreamHack where you can buy, like, pasta and salads and stuff. But I think if you ever go there, they should be allowed to, like, trank you and carry you out into the snow. And be like, no, you're not allowed in here anymore. Unless you say, like, hey, could I get a salad covered in ranch? Or, like, hey, could I get a pasta with a bunch of Doritos sprinkled on? Then it would be, like, borderline, but kind of okay. Free Gorbies and Monster for Life. Yeah! 4 months ago. Yeah, I realized that I need to, like, step up my suggested game. So, last week I did 2. This week I'm doing 2 as well. I think I'm gonna keep doing 2 a week. For now. And, wait, oh my gosh, I don't even have my cool light on. Whoa! We'll see. We're gonna play it. Thing is, I don't know what setup would be best here. I'm gonna go with this one. We got story, short story on arcade. Stay ahead of killer cars and the clock. Tick tock, tick tock. Find your way out of a remote. Ah! Jesus! What a paradise. Story, survive long enough to find out how you ended up in a killer car infested city. Lots of guns. Alright, yeah, I haven't changed your walk on. It's not the American Eagle, it's still Neo with the guns. Shit, I don't know. I think short story would be the better one to do for a stream, but arcade also looks really fun. What up? Hey, and Stoney's here. What up, what up, what up? The whole gang is gathered. Shit. Stay ahead of killer cars and the clock. Just do the story you won't regret. Alright. Scour. I don't know anything about this, except that there are killer cars. Gordon, Matheson, Phillips, Hingle, Estevez, Herbert. So it's 1988, or 1989 technically. Very dystopian feel here already. Let's head home. I got my fists up in the cold. Just like, yep, this is how we walk in Minnesota. Yeah. We walk with our fists ready. It's pretty dead out here. I mean, the trees are not well made, necessarily. Like, when you get closer, it's better, but I can't even jump or anything. Nearly there. That just looks very scary that there's a single ambulance over there. This is super fucking scary. It's just dark. Isn't the hotel closed this time of year? What the fuck? What the fuck? What happened? Who's Frank? Some random designing?
What's that? No!
No! It's a good game? Yeah, no, I can imagine. I'm liking it already. Like, to my mind, it doesn't have to look perfect to be a good game. Like, it could have so much shit in it, as long as it's fun to play. Oh my gosh. Alright. Where am I? Jesus, I can't see shit. Scour? Is there anything here? Wait, so E is look behind you. Q is also look behind you, so it's looking over your shoulder. I don't like that there's a mechanic to look over your shoulder. Jesus fucking Christ. Hello, enemy! Far away from Frank as possible. Why aren't you running then, dude? The fuck? What was that? At church should be okay, right? The harvest is the end of the age, and the reapers are angels. Alright. Alright. Ring, 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 banana phone. Ring, 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 ring. Ah! Jesus. Alright. What happened? Why did I get teleported when I answered the phone? And is there blood here? This is bad. Am I losing it? I need to find help right now. Oh, fuck off! There was a car over there before, and now there's not. Why is this so scary already? Like, it's just cars. Alright. I can't run either. There's a car up there. Yeah. Smoke, 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 smoke weed. You get used to it, but yeah, it's really scary. Alright, wait, so in this game, I'm going from payphone to payphone. We got an ad starting in 4 minutes, gang. So a couple more minutes of me playing this game, and you'll get the first impressions. Thanks! Alright, next payphone is over there. What the fuck? What the fuck is that about? Mulholland movie rentals? Oh yeah, it's over there now. It's definitely gonna intercept me, right? Like, that's the whole point of that fucking car, is it's gonna show me how scary it is to get hunted by a car. Yeah, it's gonna kill me here, right? Oh, come on. Something's wrong with that payphone. I mean, I know that car had a blinking light as well. Alright, so there's another payphone over there. What's that behind you? Shut up, man. Shut up. Alright, if I walk over here, because if it's coming from the right here, it'll have to turn. What is that? Why am I getting flashes of red and that black thing? What's that? Nope. Nope. That's a fucking cursed doll with red eyes. No. Not gonna fuck with that. Not gonna fuck with that. Smooth operator. Alright, I'm already enjoying this game, I gotta say. Like, it's not so scary when I know it's cars. I'm gonna regret saying that, right? I'm definitely gonna regret saying that. Come on. Oh, nice. Oh my god. That's a don't worry about it moment. Sure is, man. How many push-ups did I have, though? Could someone please check? Because I think I gotta change it. No spoilers. Hold shift to sprint. Alright, yeah. Oh. Battery found. I really like the whole thing of like, hey, run towards the phone. You got a red light and stuff. Alright, ad starts in a couple seconds, gang. Sorry for that, but we have ads to get rid of pre-rolls. That's the way it is. Be back in 3 minutes and then you won't have ads for a good long while. Oh, come on, really? Fuck off. Ah! Fuck me! Ah! Whoa. Hey, Mr. Carr, why are you trying to kill me? Fuck! Oh, Jesus! Jesus! Oh, gee, you were. Oh, come on! Come on! Got me right as I was going. Retry. Come on. I gotta fix this. I gotta do it. Alright. Get an ad. So we got the batteries over there. I definitely need that. So I see someone, these phones are my best bet. For sure, broski. It is kind of hard game, yeah. That I don't hate, honestly. Like, I enjoy a game that's a challenge from the beginning. Like, there's a fine line between, like, oh, this is a challenge and this is fucking impossible. Like, some games are a challenge to the point where you're, like, basically punishing yourself for playing the game. I think the Dark Souls games are like that. Like, you just keep dying in the Dark Souls games. Whoa, Jesus! Ah! Ball sacks. I really thought that would be the final payphone as well. Jesus. Alright, alright, alright. I gotta dodge these fucking cars. Because, like, so far, yeah, it's a challenge, but I get further ahead every time. The Dark Souls game are designed that way to make you rage quit, yeah. And they've made me rage quit. What can I say? I'm already hearing cars. Should I go now? No, you don't want to kill me. I'm a nice, tax-paying citizen. I've never hurt a car. Alright. We got it. They're like big and lumbering, so I got that going for me. Where the fuck is the next payphone, though? Like, I'm supposed to find it. I'm supposed to see it from where I was. Eat balls, man. Alright, it's definitely not in this dead end. Hey, welcome back, ad viewers. I've lost the cars. As in, I don't know where they are. Seem to make a light flicker. Maybe I can find them that way. Ah! Jesus! There we go. Oh! Sweet! Nice. Alright. Oh, Frank? Wait, you want to have Dark Souls and Elden Ring because those are games made to make you rage quit? X-Gamer, that means you are a glutton for punishment. Are these actual fucking tanks? Am I gonna be hunted by a fucking tank now? I can already feel hunted. Thought I saw it over there, yep. Oh, Jesus! Ah! Fuck me! Jesus! Ah! Jeez! No! Oh my lord. Alright, fuck you both. Oh, nice. Not the only reason, I mean, I don't really like rage quit things, but what I do like is fighting strong bosses, see you get better with every kill you manage. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I did enjoy Elden Ring when I played that, but I haven't finished it. I've beaten very few bosses in Elden Ring as well. Because, like, I'm not good at those games. I'm terrible at timing and shit. But this game, I gotta say, this is kind of fun. Oh! More batteries. There you are, you fuck. What the fuck? Was that someone in the car screaming? Alright, maybe he's stuck. Where the fuck is the next payphone, though? Yeah, it's stuck over there. But it's gonna get unstuck soon. There you are. Alright, great. Yep. Told you it's gonna get unstuck. See, yeah. Over here. Dumb bitch. Like, I can hear one more car. Okay. That's not very nice. Over there, though. Got me running all over this place, man. Tank scare? Come on. Whoop! I love the dash thing, though. Oh, nice. Another level down. You're exhausted? Man, I'm exhausted. You're just a fictional character. I'm a real person. Hey, what up, Anna? Thanks for the lark, Anna. Andrea, poor girl. Why can't I run now? Lost her mother and then had to fight the scenes. It did visit her a couple times after she left the hospital. This sounds so sad. Whoa, 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 whoa! Hey, Milo! And I'm out! Thanks for the Prime sub, Milo. Just came into Prime sub and then leaves. Jesus. Alright, I gotta write him a haiku. Rules be rules. Jesus. It's not Wicked Game, definitely not. Oh my gosh. Yeah, staying for the haiku. You want a weird ass haiku, don't you? Don't you, Milo? Jesus. I'm working on it here, Milo. I'm working on it. I'm definitely going to like compile the first year's haikus into a book later. Like when we celebrate the affiliate anniversary 1 year, I'm gonna compile all the haikus, make it into a book, and I'll sell it as merch or something. Alright, Milo. Alright, Milo. Give me attention. Don't just fuck me and leave, yo. I thought you loved me. I think that's a good one. I think that's a good one. One of my better ones. I deserve a Dorito. Yeah! I'm happy you're happy, Milo. At least one of us is having a good time. Dip, dude, dip. I appreciate the Prime sub. I really appreciate the Prime sub, man. Appreciate you dropping in and stuff. The dead end? Eat shit. What kind of shit is that? Oh, it's a dead end. That was a story again? Oh yeah. Come on! Seriously, it just drops me in with raging cars immediately? Oh no. No, I don't! Oh Jesus Christ, I got hit, but I didn't die. You fucking got me with that knock as well. That's the worst part. Come on, come on, come on. That's right, you suck, man. Frank wants you dead because you did not help Andrea enough. Gotcha. Okay, so Frank is the reason why these cars are murderers. You sick! Ha! That car sucks. The fuck was that? Oh, come on! Get the fuck away from me! At least that is why Frank kidnapped you. Gotcha. Oh! Jesus fucking Christ! Does it say free candy on the side of that car as well? That is freaky. Ah! Jesus! Frank. Alright. Where's the fucking next one? Over there? You kidding me? Jesus. No, stop with the scary sounds, you asshole! Why would you do this to me? Free candy, yep. I mean, the best kind of candy is the free kind, right? You don't want to pay for candy. Oh, ho, ho! Beat the free candy, man. No pedophilia will catch me, yeah! More gunshots? Gunshots? Not gunshots, gunshots. Ah! Is it a house I'm seeing? So I didn't do enough for Andrea, and Frank wants to kill me because of that. Andrea was his daughter, then? Or my daughter? Fuck me! Jesus Christ! I just heard the fucking... Jesus Christ! I just heard it! I was like, what the fuck is that? It's getting closer, and then I realized it's a fucking ice cream van. I do believe it was his something. Oh, stop! I'm already scared shitless by these cars, man. Just look at that car! Ice cream van. Where the fuck am I supposed to go? Alright. What the fuck? Ah! Jesus! Jesus in heaven! You're not really fucking sorry. There's something red. I'm hating this fucking ice cream man! Jesus in heaven! Jesus! Where's the other car, though? I know there's another car. The fuck off! Alright, you're stuck there. Nice. Oh my god. I think it was Frank's child. Alright, if I stand up here, I should be fine, right? There's the next one. Nice. Alright. We got it. We got it. Ah! Hey, nobles. Hey, nobles. Fuck me. Alright. Okay, I thought that was me. But that was moist critical. What up, Nobles? How you doing, buddy boy? Yeah, I know, it's weird. I know I'm seeing weird stuff. Could hear the music getting louder. I know. I just couldn't see the car. I didn't know where it was coming from. Alright. Oh, come on. Like, now I know. Yeah, that's the ice cream truck. Suck it, ice cream truck. Eat a fat dick. Alright, hey, Miss Artie. Morning. Top of the morning to ya. I'm dodging killer cars right now. We got an ice cream van over here that wants to murder me. And pretty soon we're gonna have another car. Whoa! At least last time there was a small car. Yeah, there it is. There it is. Ooh on you. Jesus fucking Christ, this is really, really scary. Alright, we're gonna run this way. There you are! I can see you! Ice cream fuck. Ah! I jump for cock? What the fuck was that, dude? Ah! For some reason this is really scary. It is! It's just fucking cars, but it's still just pretty scary, man. I gotta apologize to my neighbors later for yelling so much and screaming. Also, you died. Oh, did I die? Really? Really? Did I die? Love you, dude, but, you're mean to me. I was like, is that from the game? And then I saw, no, it's a blurb. Alright. I want some ice cream! Kidding, I didn't want ice cream. Huh! Fucking enemy. The point of this game is to dodge the cars and live. Yeah, that's it. It's just scary cars trying to kill you. Survive. Enemies having a lot of fun. Well, at least someone's having a lot of fun. Hey, over here. Haha! Toro! This is what we call car dodging in my country. Usually, car is being driven by drunk Polish men. Might be the part that you're getting chased by a deadly weapon and the scary ambience. Yeah. I mean, that fucking... Ah! Jesus! Three cars now? Come on, leave me be, bro. At least let me breathe. Shit. Oh yeah, someone wrote to me on Discord as well. I haven't gone this far before. Fucker! I'm gonna check what was given to me on Discord. No, it was just a fucking sound effect. Oh, come on. It's Steam, even. Alright, I'm officially really scared of the ice cream truck. Enemy Steam notification. I'm sorry, Steve. I was bored. Is that it? Is that what you're trying to say here? I'm just so scared when the next car will show up. Because there are always fucking multiple cars in this game, seems like. Right, which way to run though? That's a police car, dude! Come on, no! Jump! Oh my fucking god! Jesus Christ. When the controls won't listen to you. Mr. Scoopy, more like Mr. Poopy. Oh fuck, it's a truck as well that's after me? Eat my whole asshole, please. And thank you. Alright, the police is over there. They're stuck. I still gotta head over here, though. There we go. Eat shit, cars. Is he trying to help me? Who's trying to help me? I'd love to have my own car. Oh, come on, really? You're just gonna come at me immediately? Just finished one level, dude. Alright, I should be safe here, though. Let's see. I'll just try this out if I am safe here. The police is helping me, really? Alright. Hey, Nick. What's up, man? Nick immediately cues some sleep token. Passes his way. I'm not hating this. I can jump up on things. What? Can I? Can I please jump up on this thing? There we go, and there's the next payphone. Ha, car, you suck. Wait, can I surf the car? I cannot. I mean, maybe I could if I jumped on the car. Oh, what do you mean you were dead? I'm still tired from yesterday's tired. Broke your Twitch? How do you break your Twitch? If the Spotify is supposed to be this quiet, I lowered the volume before. Wait, what? Alright, there you go. I increased the gain from my end. Plugins with Twitch? How did you... Wait, what kind of plugins? Do I even want to know? Oh, come on, why did I turn around? Fuck's sake, man. What up, car? Suck a big dick! Whoa! Oh, come on! I cleared my browser cache and didn't save, back up. Gotcha. Alright, now I need to know where's the next payphone, and also where the fuck is that truck that got me last time? Here we go. Here's something. See a red light. What did I do? What did I do? What did I do? I don't know, it looks to me like you need to switch to Night Runners and relax for a bit. No, I'm enjoying this game so far. The fuck?
You will regret this. Open now.
This seems super violent, man. Oh, thanks for the bits, Stoney. Was it you freaking scaring me as well? 10 minutes ago as well. Sorry, I didn't... Oh, come on, enemy. Police? It's a burning police car, though. Ah! A monster this late? I don't get... Like, I don't get energy from Monster. I just drink it for the taste, and it feels nice in my brain. Adding sound effects to the game. You're adding stress to my heart. That's what you're doing. Yeah, someone's burning to death in there. Denial. There's that Big Mac truck that tries to park in my little garage. Hey, Big Daddy Twuck. Hey, Twucky. No, I'm not. No, I shouldn't be making... I shouldn't be silly, because enemy will clip it, and he'll make blurbs out of it, and I'll regret it for the rest of my life. Gotcha. It's a nice burning car. You do enjoy your burning things, don't you? Looks like a Kenworth. Make a blurb out of that. Come on. Time me. Excuse you. It's actually pedestrian only. In case you didn't know. Whoa! That's right, that's right. Who's the cool one now, huh? Still me. Yeah, you suck. That's right, I said it. This is not the right time to start hallucinating. Very seldom it's the right time to start hallucinating, but, you know. Motor City, fuck off with this. Scared enough of the cars as it is. What is happening with my character? Of course. Oh, keep running. Crisscross, crisscross. Oh, come on! Oh, Jesus Christ in heaven! That's Hall of the Mountain King. Classical piece of music. Hall of the Mountain King. I don't know where the cars are, what I'm dodging. Jesus! This is not fun! Woo! Oh my god! Speaking of trucks, I saw something wacky today. A Ford semi-truck. This must be what it feels like when Pustin is out and about. Sick. Do you intentionally hit pedestrians, Nick? Is that what you're trying to say? While working for the Postal Service? I'm just gonna stand here for the rest of the game. The fuck? Right, never mind. You seriously blurped it as well? You butt muncher. Here, come on. Come out on the ice. You dumb fuck. I feel like I'm definitely learning to, like, use trees and shit as cover. Alright, I'm gonna head over there. Whoa, dude. Excuse you. Fuck off, man. Ah! There's 2 cars! 2 of them are after me. It takes so long to actually process the audio. Alright, we're gonna follow you, because if we just go where you've been, you're gonna have such a hard time turning around. I'm the best. It's throwing me off seeing you online when I'm at work. Oh, come on. I'm dying. Yeah, sorry, Samwise. It's 7:30 where I'm at in the evening, so that's why. No, it's not beer, it's Monster. It's energy drink, actually. Tomorrow we'll drink alcohol. Hey, what's up, Caw? It's not a twerk, it's a Caw. Ah! Jeez! Oh, come on, really? Look, Mom, I'm surfing on a car! Well, I'd like to get off here. Thank you very much. What kind do I like to drink? The current one I'm drinking is Mango Loco. That is one of my favorites for sure. I think my absolute favorite of all time is I don't remember what it's called, but it's a butterfly one. Whoa! Come on. It's a great sound clip. Shut up. Almost a whole weekend stream. Yeah, no. Tomorrow we're doing a 12-hour stream. Woo, 'cause we're crazy like that. And I'm probably gonna start out by continuing on my silly cow, some moo. Kinda dumb and cool. tomorrow I'm probably gonna continue on the Baldur's Gate 3 honor run a little bit, and then when Bestie comes online, we're gonna start playing like Repo and Phasmo and stuff. Aha! Gotcha there, bitch. Woo! Oh, no, come on! Really? You're double teaming me? Come on. The fuck? You got lumber there? Literally bringing the lumber. That is insane. Phasmo! Yeah, there might be a Phasmo stream tomorrow. Love a Guinness, ciders if I'm eating when it's hot out. Sours anytime. I had a period when I was younger, which is really weird, when I really liked Guinness and that kind of heavier ale, stout. But that's a long time ago. I'm such a basic bitch nowadays. It's lager, and I actually bought myself a bottle of bourbon today as well. Because I do love me some bourbon! Ball sacks! Oh, come on, fuck off. Maximum Carnage movie's a game. It's basically, Prime sub and I'm out, yes. Need to go to Statement. I had an hour to go, so during work. Wait! Tuesday, but I'm dumb, didn't. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, I squeezed in a alcohol run today between streaming and driving the wife to the train. Yeah, that's right. Fuck you, car. I gotta say, X-Gamer suggested this game, and so far I'm really enjoying it. It's tough as fuck. Like, it's not very easy necessarily. Jesus in heaven. But it's fun. For sure. Apparently there's a story as well, but I don't know. Hey, Jibs, what up, what up? I'm hoping tomorrow will be chill so I can do it then, otherwise I'll have to go on Saturday. I hope for you as well, Nick, that you'll be able to go tomorrow. Getting ready to go adult again? Right, because it's morning where y'all are at. Hope the adulting today goes well. I think I've adulted enough for the rest of the week. Haha, sucker! That had to hurt. Because like I've cleaned and done the dishes and done the laundry and I've cooked and I've even had a shower and stuff. It's insane how grown up I've been this week. And I've made calls to the tax agency and to my union and everything. Like it's a... Man, I've been so grown up. Wait! Suck a big fat dick! Right? A whole ass shower. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Oh my, oh come on! You should have been upside down. Yeah, X-Gamer, you do have good taste. Yesterday was fuck. Yeah, I saw you in the Discord saying you hate Wednesdays. I'm feeling this game is less and less fun. Keep dying. Jesus, losing your bumper and stuff? LOL, kiddo, you gonna get bumped from the team if you don't get a grip soon. Haha! That's right, what you can do. Oh! Ouchies. Yeah, I died. Hate Wednesdays with a passion. Is it like a lot of extra work on Wednesdays, or you just have to like deliver to specific people that you hate on Wednesdays? Just like, I always have to deliver post to McDonald's every Wednesday. Fucking hate them. Fuck ton of extra work. Oh, that sucks, man. Nobody likes to work. And that is why streaming should be my job, because this is actually fun to do. Wow, you're just gonna be a drift king in the snow, huh? Oh, come on! Jesus in heaven. Nice, T-boned. Jesus in heaven. I gotta go over there now, yeah. Woo! Bye. Oh, Jesus in heaven! Oh, Lord! Ah! Oh, come on! Stop hitting me and start hitting on me. Yas! Ah, gosh. Oh, wait. I could trap one of the cars here, right? Yes! Nice. Ah! Fuck me. Really should use the look behind you keys. I refuse. Probably lifted over 2,000 kilos by the time I left the terminal at 9:40. Jeez, that's too much. That's too much, man. You shouldn't be carrying that much. Saw that one coming. Come on. No, you didn't. You and I are going to have so much fun in Phasmo. You'll be yelling Jesus in heaven, I'll be yelling not today, Satan! Yeah, I invoke the Lord's name a whole lot for someone who's not very religious. Fuck off. But that also feels like, if I was very religious, I shouldn't be invoking the Lord's name. Whoa. You saw the car. Well, you got an eye for cars, don't you? Don't you, buddy boy? Whoa! Woo! Oh, come on! I thought I dodged it. They do be drifting, though. Yeah, true, true, true. Spend most of my days in traffic. I would hope I do have an eye for cars. True, true. Also, I know you're a car nerd. You can catch Nick watching Formula 1 every time it's on the fucking TV. Or anywhere online. He does like the cars that go vroom vroom, vroom vroom. Like, I know you're saying that I should use the buttons. Ah, Jesus! Oh, come on. Stop. Happened to be that as well, yeah. Sorry, my wife has written to me. She knows she's loved. And she's misbehaving as usual. Oh my gosh, look, it's Tokyo drifting. ha 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 ha! That's right, you fucking cars! There was a car on an earlier level that sounded like an old F1 car. Sick. That might also have been enemy playing F1 sounds to fuck with me. Alright, alright, alright. You honk. There it is. Oh, come on. Thought I dashed away from it. Oh, come on. How did you not get caught there? Yeah, come here. Oh, shit balls. But there are three cars now? How? Oh, come on! How did it get stuck there? Giga Nerd? Did you know, wait, did you know the sounds used for the pods in the pod racing in Star Wars was straight up F1 cars? That doesn't surprise me at all, actually. We need nerd cubic. Cubic nerd. Whoa, dude. You almost got me there, dude. Suck my ball sack. Oh, come on. I can hear the yellow car coming. The black car is way more scary. Alright, you're both coming from there. Ah, Jesus! I moved. Ah, jeez! I kicked my table as well, so I moved the whole fucking table. Wait, I got. Fuck! Another stream? I told you, it's Triesday. I said before, I need to stream twice today, because I have some time on my hands. It's because I want it. Cars are locked in, you need to be... The cars are locked in, you need to be so too. Yeah, you tell me that, but how do I lock in? How does one achieve lock in? Yeah, I hear someone. No! Jesus fucking Christ. You're literally honking at me as you're trying to kill me? Fuck off, dude. Oh my gosh. Alright. I don't know how much longer I can play this game. It's stressing me the fuck out, man. I can't. I'm so tired. Come on. Got an ad coming in 5 minutes. It's a good game, though, X-Gamer. It is a good game. Like, when I'm done with the current list of suggested games, I really want to do a review video, where I review each game. And I know Soul has all my VODs saved on his hard drive, so I'm gonna ask him for some like choice clips of games. But so far I've enjoyed every game people have suggested. Except fucking Five Nights at Freddy's and Phasmophobia. God damn, I hate those games. Those are not fun. Can I suggest Minesweeper as a game? I mean, you could. I don't know how fun it would be to stream Minesweeper, though. Over there. Alright. There's something here. Watching you suffer would be great. I mean, I've always sucked at Minesweeper as well. Like, I don't understand the game, the concept of the game. Like, I understand you're supposed to sweep for mines and avoid the mines. You get these numbers, and I'm like, I don't even know what the fuck those numbers mean. I blocked the door and grabbed the knife. Knife. I cut someone's wrists? Wait, did I kill someone? Is not okay, man. After that, I only remember Frank shooting through the basement door. Right. Man. Alright, let's go. Right, about that. Yeah, did I kill someone, or did Frank kill someone, or you might deserve to die? Alright. So I am the bad guy in this game. Oh, fuck off. That's a car with a haunted doll on the hood. I think it was just a misunderstanding. Jesus. Can't stop now. I gotta continue being a straight slayer. Ha! Gotcha. Oh, Jesus Christ in heaven! Your heart just jumped out and back in. Imagine how I feel. Man. I'm here trying to dodge murder cars. Is that a fucking Countach as well? Jesus! It's a Lambo or a Ferrari of some sort, at least. Jesus! Alright, we're going over there now. Come on, I can definitely trick a car to go in here. Oh, come on! Yeah, get stuck, bitch. That's right. Did you come up behind me? Absolute fuck nugget. We're gonna add... This game doesn't look that stressful. Man, fucking get it and try it out. It's making me shit my pants. Where am I even going? Where's the next fucking payphone? It's usually like on the opposite end of wherever I'm at. Is it over there? Is that the car I trapped? No, that's not the car I trapped. Because that's the car. Woo! Dodged that like a proski. What is that? Ah! See, I shouldn't be looking behind me with those keys because I get distracted. Alright. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this. I got this. I got this. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. You're the best around. Ah, come on! You know it's illegal to hit people with your car, right? Like, you're not allowed to. Whoa! Let's go again. Oh my gosh. Cocaine. Woo! Sick dodge, bro! Sick dodge, bro! Dodged. Dodge around. Suck it. Love how supporting I am for and of myself. Right? You gotta give yourself some love and affection, and that sounds like I'm saying that you should masturbate a lot, but don't that's not necessarily untrue either, like I'm saying that you should be supportive of yourself and be nice to yourself. It's an important part of a healthy diet, you know. Cringiest sticker ever placed on a DrVem before? Whoa! Hello, Kitsune! Welcome to the chat! I am trying to dodge cars and survive. I don't know how this is gonna go. Welcome to the chat. I'm DrVem, variety streamer by trade, sufferer by choice. And right now we're doing Triesday, so I'm trying out 2 suggested games by the community, and we have started with this game, fucking Decimate Drive. Woo! Dodged. Get dodged! Dodge ram, yeah! Forward dodge! No, fuck. Ah! Where's the next fucking thing? Oh, right, over there. Whee! We got another car there. Hey, little car. Woo! I died. The only thing I know is that... yeah. Sorry, I never should have started talking about stuff like that. But yeah, in men it decreases stress, and also it's very good for your prostate health, which means you'll be in less risk of developing prostate cancer. So it's good for you. Maybe not in excess, you know, but like that's true of anything. Like gaming is not good for you in excess. Oh my gosh, haunted doll car jump scare. What's up, Pix? How you doing? Ah! Jesus, that's a car. Suck my exhaust, car! Nope! What the fuck? Right, don't jerk off so many times in a day you die of a heart attack like that one guy. Alright, that happened, right? Sorry, Pixie, you're coming into a very weird time here, yeah. I am doing okay. I'm playing this game where you dodge killer cars. Highly recommend. It's kind of fun, even though it's annoying as hell as well. Aha! Jesus! Yeah, you're too fast for your own good. Why did I put up my arms like that? Oh, I'm in danger. Let me just visually impair myself. Ouchies. Whee! Dodged. Dodged. Get dodged rammed! Fuck off, come on. I was not the one to bring up the horny. That's true, that's true. It was me. I'm at fault. Oh my gosh. Pixie is at work. Well, I hope I can improve your workday a little bit, Pix. By screaming and shouting and dying a lot in this game, because that is what's happening. That's one scary ass doll car. Alright. You gotta grab these, like, payphones. Well, they're like checkpoints. So you grab the checkpoints, and then you can continue on to the next checkpoint, and sooner or later, one of these payphones will take you to the next level. Haha! Get dodged. I'm so gonna get hit soon, right? Like, I don't know where. I got you. Battery found. Well, that's super nice. Now, please get into the trap here. Could you both please? Thank you very much. That is super nice, actually. I appreciate it. Got 2 for the price of 1. That's pretty neat. Neato, as the kids say. Right. Yeah, I've run into a couple of cars. In the game, not in life. I actually never run into a car before. But when I do, believe you me, it's gonna be the best car running into anyone's ever done. Neato, yep. You never heard Neato before? Man, like 1950s American slang. Just, it hits different at times. sake, really? Burning police car? Aren't you supposed to be with me? Ah! Hey, Pix! Thank you so much for the sub! That is so nice of you. You really didn't have to, but since you did, you're getting a haiku. Because that's what you get when you subscribe. That's messed up. Right? On fire police car. Jesus. Alright. Alright. I got it, Pix. I got it, Pixie. The rider stole the police car and is now against you. Oh no! You're not a fan of commercials? I feel that. Me neither. But you know, we have them to get rid of the roll-ons. I hate that Twitch forces you to have ads, but there it is. Got a haiku for you here, Pix. Sacrificial lamb. Nobles will get his one day. Let's make his life shit. So it's a haiku and a promise. For those of you who don't know, Pix is Noble's best friend. And whenever they play any sort of game where you can kill each other, Nobles always kills her immediately. Just indiscriminately. Regardless of if he has to or not. He just always tries to murder her. Jesus in heaven! I'm dead. Sounds mean, I like it. Kill on sight, yeah. Riot police! You're dead. The fire is bright, right? I bet the fire has a sick GPA! GPA stands for Grade Point Average, for those of you who don't know American stuff. It's usually used to see how well people are doing in school and see which college they're gonna get into. Fuck, that's bright. You get a bright future, dude. I know how to dodge you now, though. I'm just kidding, I didn't. I fucked up. Oh, come on! Leave me be! Come on. And dodge. Alright. Ah, Jesus fucking Christ. Alright, and. That's right. You don't want to fuck with me. You don't want none of this, bro. My eyes! Oh, see, here he comes. Oh, you think you're so cool with your burning car and shit, huh? Huh? Well, your mom says you still need to eat your broccoli. That's right. The fire's brighter than Japan. Oh, dude! No, Nick. Bad Nick. Bad Nick. This is unacceptable behavior. Just because of that, I will not play Night Runners now. Which is the game Nick suggested. Don't know about that one yet. It's worth it. Go on. Oh my gosh. This is not cocaine. This is tumbleweed. Why is it fucking up all the time? Oh no! Don't say that, X Gamer. Don't say that, X Gamer. Cause if you say that's too far, he's gonna say, oh, that's not far enough. Let's see, and then he's gonna come up with something even more fucked. Cause that is what he does. Will our red light join us? I'm not gonna go towards the... I'm not gonna go towards the murder truck that trapped the dude in the tunnel. But yeah, it is moonlight. It is still moonlight. You saw nothing? What do you mean you saw nothing? I see everything! Oh! Ah, dude! Cool! It's beautiful. Nice. It's not night anymore. I'm out. I'm finally out. Look at the police car! They're coming to help me! Yay! I'm a firm believer in the fact that you can joke about anything, so yeah, I probably could come with something worse. Will they help me? Bring me home? Will they?
This way.
This way! Walk this way! Oh, I got Doritos! Ow.
Let me patch you up.
Let me patch you up. I'm gonna see a murder car. Right? Yeah, something's getting closer. It's a murder car! Ah. The end. Alright, that wasn't a... Like, the story wasn't too long. What the fuck is a short story, then? Alright. Good game. Should check out short story and arcade mode at a later time as well. But I'm pretty sure that this is a perfect time to switch it up a little bit. And maybe take a brief break so I can go smoke. And then try out Night Runners. I think that's what we're gonna do, actually. How many push-ups do I have? Push-ups. 639. Well, that is even better than I thought it was. Alright, 639 push-ups. Number wrong. Yes, this is true. This is true. Very much. Number was wrong. Oh, fuck you! That's what I said. I just want you to know that that was mean. But also funny. Ass. You're such a butthole! Butthole! No, sorry. I need to get a grip on myself. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, that's it. I was like, can I do 13? And then no. 13 is not gonna happen. Ouchies. Need to get in shape after the gaming? I don't need to get in shape. I've been drinking energy drinks and fucking eating Doritos. I don't need to get in shape. Wait, let's see. Did push-ups 12. Now that none of my mods are here. Like, earlier today, I had like 3 mods at the same time writing commands. And now I have no mods. Like it's either a fucking torrent or a desert in here. Benefit of working at postal service: don't have to work out. A lot of your colleagues do because they're crazy. Yeah, well, insane people. But hey, I'm gonna switch over to the starting soon screen so I can take a little break. I'm just gonna go out and smoke and get cool down a bit, and then I'm coming back and we're gonna play Night Runners. All right. See you soon. How dare you have a party when I'm not here? You fuckers of mothers! You truly are the most devious son of a bitch in New York City! Grab a controller and kick back. This game needs a controller! Dude, Nick, I didn't know this game needs a controller. I can't... The computer I'm currently on doesn't have a Bluetooth, so... I can't play with a controller. I'm really sorry, dude. That sucks. The fuck? No, I don't have a cable either. They're literally both Bluetooth controllers. Wait, I'll check them again just in case I'm wrong. Wait, there is a USB-C thing here. Do you think any cable would do? Let me find a cable right quick. There we go. Found a cable. I have all the cables. All right, right. Let's see. It's plugged. Where the fuck would I plug you in? Show me your backside, computer. Yes. Show me what you're working with down there, behind everything. Just gotta find the right hole and put it in just correct. It's like USB to USB-C. Motherfucker. Let me just... There we go. It vibrated. Does that mean it's alive? I'm clipping all of that? Oh, come on. You can't be clipping everything I do and say. Night Runner's Prologue. Okay. Nice. Alright, right. It's starting. Do it. Wait, oh shit, I gotta change stream info from Decimate Drive to Night Runners. Prologue? No, it's just Night Runners. Alright. Fuck it. Done. Super done. Alright. My PC don't have Bluetooth, so I'm using a cable all the time. I didn't know that, actually. This... And I feel so fucking stupid for not understanding that it's just any USB-C to USB cable. I am an idiot, but I hope that you'll like me anyway. Content is limited and some areas might lack polish. Return. What the fuck is this? Alright. Just skip. Oh, man. Alright, I'm happy. Made by Jim Byrne. Night Runners. Right. This game has music, so... Okay, let me decrease the volume here a little bit. I think that's better, right? You need to have music on for this. Yeah. I understood that. It says you need a controller, but then it says like, oh, you have to escape or do that. Hello, my name is DrVem. Why is it moaning? With my older controller, does not have USB-C. Micro USB, use my JBL charging cable and it works perfectly fine. Alright, it's good. Good enough. Oh, come on, Nick. Thanks for clipping, but god damn it. I got 3,000 yen. That's not a lot of money, actually. What's up, DrVem? Welcome to Japan. It's great to have you here. Can I... Do you want me to use a fucking keyboard or a controller? I know I said you could drive my car when you're here, but I sold them all. You suck, dude. There's a shoebox in the garage with enough cash inside for a used car. Look, I gotta go. I'll see you around. Alright. Alright. You can't say what you did in that clip and expect me not to clip. I gotta listen to the clip. Wait, let me just get rid of some stuff. Y'all can hear this as well, right? No, you can't. Jesus, alright. Alright, fine, that's a good clip. That's a good clip. I can't say nothing about that. God fucking damn it. Billion browser tab Brad over there. What do you mean? You can see my browser tab here. You can't see shit there. The fuck? How? Seriously, like it says, hey, use a controller, but then it's mouse and keyboard? Where's the shoebox then? Why is it so zoomed in? Nick, you've played this game before. Is there something wrong with how I set this up? Nippon Postal. Are we going up the stairs? Yeah, I can't like go into settings or anything right now. Whoa, 874,000 yen? That's insane, bro. An up arrow to open phone. Return to view. Go to the computer, get on the used car auctions. Gotcha. Jesus, alright, this is janky. Yeah, it's real weird. Doesn't it recognize the controller for some reason? Like it's glowing and shit. And it says like doo doo doo. Oh, okay, now it works. I have to plug and unplug it again. Oh, might be. Wait, view car. Come on, it's not working properly. Wait. Like, it's not wanting to work. Fucking... Yeah, I can hear the plug in, plug off sound. Alright, remove batteries and then connect it. Let's see. Yeah, like, it's vibrating, but that's about it. Let me try the other controller. Because I got two. That's how cool I am. Jesus in heaven. Yeah. Yeah. Alright, yeah. This is now a look at the millennial who can't use shit stream. So it immediately starts vibrating as I plug it in. And like, I don't have any fucking batteries or anything in it. I start it and it glows and nothing. Jesus. Next cam. I guess I need to buy this car then. This cannot be changed, sure. Absolutely, we'll buy it. Yeah. Wait, you know what? We're gonna... Whoopsie! Oh my gosh, an Alt F4 just like that? What happened? Oh no. Let's see here. Night Runners, there we go. Once again, we are playing it. Nick Big played 21 minutes recently. The fuck? Alright. Start and restart, you know? Seriously, like, it still wants me to use the fucking... Because, like, it vibrates and then doesn't glow. And it doesn't do the sound or anything. Let me try another USB port, maybe. Yeah, no. It never does the connection sound for me. Works anyway. Yeah, it's not doing anything, man. That is annoying. Wait, let me... It might be... Because the other computer has it on fucking Bluetooth, so it might be the... You know, we're going to put on some music in the meanwhile. Alright, we're gonna go into settings. I'm sorry that y'all are having to watch me deal with this. Some the game might be. Yeah, because it says here that the Bluetooth controller I'm currently on is connected to the other computer. Let's remove those devices. Let's actually turn off the Bluetooth for... Wait, no. Yes. No, yes? Yes. Turning off this computer's Bluetooth. I just turned off Bluetooth and everything. And it's not connecting at all. Alright, give me a few minutes, I guess. Now it made a connection sound. And it's glowing here. Yay! We got it working! Fucking sweet. It was just another... Yeah, it connected via Bluetooth. You can have the batteries in if you can charge them. No, I can't. I can't charge them. They're like one-use batteries. Good evening, DrVem. Thank you very much, game. I appreciate it. Let's pause the music as well then. There we go. Let's go for settings. Graphics. Full screen, absolutely. Resolution. Jesus. I got 144 hertz, so frame rate cap unlimited. Show FPS on. Yeah, it's not doing anything. Like I can't see FOV here at all. Back. Same. Has to be here, right? FOV level. Decrease, right? Show FPS, yeah, no, okay. FOV little walk, FOV. Speed blur on. Alright. Oh wait, no, this is not good at all. Fucking FOV and then walk FOV highest. Let's go with that. Alright. Fuck it, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Loading, please wait. Okay. Happy that I finally understand how to make this work though. Oh, this is much better. Yes, please. What's up? Welcome to Japan. Yeah. We did this already. Much better now, yeah. For sure. I gotta go. I'll see you around. You will see me around, bitch. Yep. Gotcha. Let's go! Hope the full game comes out soon. Such a cool idea of a game, just pure vibes. I mean, so far, it seems like it has potential. Seems like it has potential. For sure. Is that how many Swedish kronas that is in yen? Ooh, engine misfire, tank almost empty. Low oil pressure. Low oil pressure and tank almost empty. Full tank of fuel, multiple different VINs on chassis. This is the one, right? Evidence that airbags have been deployed. Oh, this one might be better though. $837 is too much. Although this one, why is that $676 when this one is $707? This is a much better buy. Oh yeah, for sure I'm getting manual. Dude, of course we get manual. Auto mod doesn't affect me. Yeah, cause you're a VIP, broski. I think this might be the one, the inline 4 Senis Levissa 180 RS. Yeah, that's the one. Gonna look at the car. Ooh. Next cam. Looks nice. We're buying this car. I wouldn't be upset if automotive was actually good. Yeah, no, I get that. Can't be trusted and I lack importance, so here we are. You don't lack importance, but you can't be trusted. That's for damn sure, man. You don't lack importance. Never think of yourself that way. Buy Santa's Lavisa. Yeah, we want to buy it. New car added to garage. Okay. Exit. Are you sure when you leave auction? Yeah, fuck that. I got a good car for a decent price as well. What is the game about? That is something I wonder as well. But so far, it seems like it's a normal, like, Need for Speed-ish game. Performance will be slower. How do I change the oil, though? Oh my gosh, change oil. Oh. Spirited driving in not Tokyo. Nice. Alright. We changed the oil. Everything's good. Ooh. Buy parts? Oh, you can customize the car. Let's look at wheels we can buy. Skip. We want tire. Street tires. Performance tires. I have a heart-shaped exhaust on your car. And you can customize it like crazy. Not on Nissan Silvia Nissan, yeah. Why is it only running at 55 FPS? I don't know. It should be like unlimited FPS. Honestly, I think I'm just gonna go with the performance tires immediately. And check out. Continue, absolutely. Now I'm carrying the fuck? Where'd I put them? Install parts to all wheels. Yes. Budget tires. Storage. No available parts for this type. Alright. Kind of reminds me of my summer car. Interior. Why would I want to do shit with the interior, though? Top speed, 209 kph. Cooling, 89%. This is good. This is a good engine. Alright, we're gonna take it for a ride. Jeez, FPS just dropped in the... You don't build a car from scratch, yeah. Yeah, I'm sure when I exit. Love a car customization thing, though. Like, I think my first car game was Need for Speed Pro Street. Ah. Fucking love that game. On the Xbox 360. The game was included in the buy. You're gonna recommend my summer car? Nice. Oh my gosh. Bestie is still the raid boss as well. She and Nobles really messed with me yesterday. Whoa, okay. Incoming call? Yeah! Hello, don't be afraid. I believe we have a mutual associate who has unpaid debt with my organization. Now you arrive here with nothing but the next to their garage with a fresh Sanus Levisa. You will use that Sanus Levisa to earn me back what I'm owed. I hope you can drive. Has given you a betting loan of 4 million yen. Don't skip town. Don't. Jesus, dude. You are now in debt. Debt cash is only for betting. Repay your debt by winning races. If you lose this cash, your car will be taken as payment. Oh, Jesus. Okay. How do I reverse though? This is obviously the brake. Looking back. Oh, and this is the handbrake. I can't reverse. Is that it? All right. I wish Forza Horizon had better car customization. Will elevate the game. I don't want to hit Bestie. No, nobody wants to hit Bestie. Good luck without me backseating. Okay, there we go. What the fuck? Wait, I gotta check the controls here. Settings. Come on, what are you doing? What's fucking happening? Oh, come on, don't disconnect me. You butt. Controls. Accelerate, brake. Steering right. Steering left. Clutch. I got a clutch and gear down and up? Fuck you, dude. Jesus. Handbrake left shoulder, look back right shoulder. Open GPS. D-pad left. Jesus. D-pad right to reset car. Right stick button is headlights. Open car menu is down. You're missing inputs for steering right and steering left. What the fuck? How am I... Is that good enough? Alright, so you can, like, press them after each other. You don't have to do it at the same time. What is this granny driving you're coming back to? Fuck off, dude. I'm at 140 kph. 160. Yeah! This is a bit too fast for me now. Nope, I should have probably taken that exit. Yeah, I should have taken that exit. Fuck it. Alright, we're not gonna drive backwards on the freeway, so we're gonna check to see where we can do a UE or anything. No, this is still. Alright, gotcha. It's an old Japanese car, you gotta rub the tits off the thing at all times. Rev the tits off of it! Arrgh! Yes, boy! Oh my god, alright, this is good. This is vibes. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. Hey Panda, what's up? Did you know at one point in Japan police wouldn't chase after street racers? Oh, come on! Perpetrators. Oh, that's... Perpetrators would later on be punished as Japan would figure out quickly who the fuck they were. Yeah. I've heard stuff like that. There are countries where people wouldn't chase street racers because the cars are just too fast. Alright. Hopefully this will take us somewhere. Also, we're in the middle of an ad right now. I'm happy that my car didn't get totaled, though. That's pretty nice. Come on, pick a fucking lane, dude. Here we go. Oh gosh, alright, this is actually very, very nice. Alright, we're taking this off ramp. I think that's the right choice. Fucking C. No, it was not the right choice. Now we're in a tunnel going the opposite fucking direction. Oh, but it's fun. It's fun. Like it's definitely like Nick said. It's vibes as hell, man. Oh, shut up, man. Oh yeah. I now really gotta focus on actually driving and not crashing the car. Oh my god. Ah, fuck! I can't read the chat while I'm driving. Fuck, they'd end up with Porsches. Dutch police has Porsches? Where did you have to feed the little pig's troll with a haiku? Sorry, Nobles, I had to. She subbed, and if you sub, you get a haiku. That's the rule, you know? They used to have Porsches, gotcha. Oh, man. I don't even care that I'm going the wrong fucking way. This is a great driving experience. Alright, we're just going out. Alright. Alright, I got my handbrake. Idiot. Let's go, let's go! Add us over, welcome back, ad viewers. Nice to have you back. Right, we're in 5th gear again. Can't do that here, BFF. Pretty sure Nobles can do anything he fucking wants. He's a badass! Oh, yeah! Press left on the D-pad. Oh! Hey, thanks, man. I saw something about a GPS, but I'm like, I don't know where the fuck it is, man. Oh, it even shows you which route you have to take. Oh, man. Right. Nice. Make that 3 now. Jesus. 2 deaths owed on the first list from the kiddo. Have fun, Doctor. Oh, right, yeah. You gotta wake up early tomorrow. Hey, thanks for checking in, X-Gamer. Lovely to have you here, as always. Wait, where the fuck? No, thank you. Don't you dare thank me. Good luck tomorrow. With whatever you're gonna do. Is it more tests? Fuck's sake, we're still in this tunnel. It's the wrong tunnel. Tomorrow, no tests. Gotcha. Alright, we're just gonna drive back here. Okay, I don't need to use the clutch. Woohoo! Don't do this at home, kids. Funny. Cargo vroom vroom. Play this game at home, kids. Yeah, you can play the game at home for sure, but don't drive on the wrong side of the road. Is what I'm saying. Also, are you sure it's Japan? Like, I don't think it's supposed to be Japan. I think this is supposed to be like Singapore. Because they're driving on the left side of the road. Oh, jeez, come on. Come on now. Shut up, man. Man, the music is vibes. How the fuck did toll? Eat balls, man. I don't wanna pay no toll. Hoping motion engine comes on soon. Go, X-Gamer, go to bed. Be responsible, unlike the rest of us here. Yeah, baby! Going super fast. I'm the fastest. Oh shit, I'm going in the wrong direction! Driving this fast on the opposite side of the highway is not... You need to go up? How the fuck do I do that? How do you know I was being irresponsible? I am everywhere! Jib asked why Vem wrote a haiku about me and said, who knows? Maybe spam DrVem to push-ups. And now the controller disconnected again. You know why you got that haiku and it wasn't because of me. That's true, that's true. Oh, come on. X-Gamer broke the controller? I don't know about that, man. Come on. Give me some love. There we go. X-Gamer's still here. I am everywhere. Yeah, you are. Okay, so we're going up here. Shut up, man. Okay, so you gotta engage the handbrake and brake if you wanna do a slide. I am nowhere. Aren't you somewhere, though? Every one of you, each and every one of you, are in my heart. Enter! Alright. Let's go. Let's go. Ah! Nom 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 nom. Go to bed, X-Gamer. Go to fucking bed. G Company territory. Yeah. Tatsumi PA earnings. Nothing. Call other racers to race. Beware of high rep racers. Choose racer rep close to yours. Open phone to view your rep. Tatsumi PA rep 0. I can change song. Oh, cool. Leave. Alright, how do I call other... Bye-bye, X-Gamer. How do I call the other racers, then? Can't pause right now? Alright. Man, this game does not help you too much with the controls. Go to the different cars. Oh! Exit? No, we don't want to exit. Rep 2070? Nah, dude. These dudes have too much rep. Like, too high a rep. These cars have nothing? The fuck is this? So I only have these cars to choose. Oh my gosh, alright. These are the two cars I can choose from. Alright, then we're choosing the lower one, I guess. Calling Daisuke. I wouldn't be seen dead in that piece of trash car. You're lucky it's a manual. I'll accept the offer. Shit, man. I got more rep just for accepting the bet. Alright. Ow! I'm calling it now. I'm not going to win this. It's not going to go well. I'm pretty sure. Do you know how she went silent after that? Come on. It's a drag race, you'll be fine. Oh, okay, so it's just straightforward. Yeah, skip. Oh, come on. No, don't crap out on me now, man. There we go. Whew. Tire temp. Right stick button. And how do I activate NOS? And where am I going? Oh, there we're going. There we are going. Easy. Easy! Clapped! Yeah, you told me I'd be fine. Ah. Come on! 44 seconds, almost 3 minutes. Hey, Soul! What up? Look at me playing car games. Oh, come on. This controller's just crapping out on me constantly, man. Alright. Skip. Gotta have warm tires. I need a new controller. I think I need a different cable, actually, because the cable I'm currently on I use as a charging cable for the headphones. DrVem has jumped. No! I lost all my rep? No! Alright, we're in 5th gear. As fast as we're gonna go. Now we just need to dodge cars. Right. Oh no! Yeah, I'm definitely gonna win this as well. Nice. So yeah, I gotta find a better cable for this. 50 seconds, 3 he did worse. I mean, I did worse as well, but I did worse by 6 seconds. He did worse by 20, so. Old Japanese car, rev the tits off it at all times. Alright, I gotcha. My rep increases a whole lot. Nice. Alright, I can do this. Side bets cut. Nice. Alright. I'm enjoying this game a whole lot. I gotta say, I especially like that you don't total your car every time you crash. D-pad left, start engine. Piece of shit dirty racer. Shut up, dude. You lost, fair and square. Car's on. Yeah, I know it. I know the car is on, man. And where's you stop when you crash? That's kind of nice, though. Where am I going now, though? I don't know where to go. Love the music, and I love that the music, like the volume of the music increases the faster you go as well. Vibes. Bro, it's all about the vibes! It is all about the vibes, though. Gotta have vibes for a game to be good. Just gonna go super fast all the time. Look at me just... swooshing between cars. Oh, Jesus. Never mind. Alright, we gotta see... How do we get home? Oh, come on. Controller stopped working again. Come on, what the fuck? There we go. Pause menu into map. Gotcha. Oh, okay. Neat. Right. And the green ones are... Where am I? Like, who am I? Am I the blue one? The green ones are... No, wait. Test. Use the D-pad, you cycle through different waypoints. There we go. Mysterious location. Shinsuna time trial. Mysterious location. Mysterious location. Mysterious location. Alright, so a lot of mysterious locations. Japanese cars only. G company territory. Request fast travel. Check text message to accept. Oh, come on. The PA one is the race meetings. I can do Tatsumi PA for... Sure, accept, I guess. Use the D-pad you cycle through, yeah. Let's see. Just race meetings, just overall race meetings. What kind of race meetings, though? Racing meetings, I hope. Skip. G Company territory. Yeah, I got them beat 1-0. What can I say? These guys suck. $21.14. This is my car, right? Yeah. Alright, let's defeat this guy, I guess. No, that's Daisuke. We already fucked him up. Let's do Haruto. Let's see if he'll even race us. I don't know. Let me win back some of the cash you took last race. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. Take it easy. Yeah, I'll accept the offer. I'll win that cash as well. Wait and see. But yeah, so I assume like I gotta take these mystery locations, drive to them, see what that's all about, and raise more people, right? More people, different people. I've been streaming for almost 3 hours. This game is nice, I gotta say. Skip. Ain't got no time for that shit. Huh. Oh, I love that you have your rear view mirror up there. Oh my god, I can see his light just getting dimmer and dimmer. Man, the music is wonderful. Oh, we got checkpoints, bitch. Right. Ouchies. Such a banger, yeah. This is a motion engine? This is really good. Yeah, I lost Haruto's signals. He's way behind, I assume. Ouchies. Fuck. I rev the GPS as well. I figured I might need it. Come on. No! Balls. I'm hitting a lot of people in the back. And not in the fun way. I'm just gonna be in front of him in the middle of the road here. He won't be able to pass me. Yeah, exactly. Oh, Jesus! I gotta get better at driving, I think. Like, IRL, I'm really good at driving, but in games I just started playing, maybe not as much. Nice! Enjoying the music too much? Yep. Get better at driving would help. You know shit, bro. Oh, come on. Fucking... It's this chord, man. I gotta get better chord. Because the controller is fine. That's actually a really good controller. Leeching. Nice, nice, nice. Got some good rep as well. People can't drive or I'll lose my shit every day. Literally though, like, I was driving back from dropping the wife off at the nearest good train station, which is an hour away. Because that's what it's like to live out in the woods. And I was on a road that was supposed to be 90 kph, and I usually do 100 on those. It was supposed to be 90 kph, and some fucker was driving 70. Like, why would you do that? Double or nothing? Ah, fuck yeah, man. I'll take it. I mean, I'll end you, for sure. Yes, 70 in a 90 zone, man. Like, it's a bumfuck nowhere road as well. It's so annoying. Honestly started losing my shit. I was like, what the fuck are you doing, man? One out of one. Damn, man. That's more dangerous than going 110 and 90. Yeah, for sure. The fuck? My friend has very bad judgment and can't afford to lose this bet. Well, Akira will give you 720,000 to lose this race. Nah, bro, I don't fold for anyone. I don't fold for anyone. Your friend gonna lose this race. Bye-bye, Haruto. Flip it and ship it to wifey? No. Don't send anything to my wife. Especially now if you think you should, because then you'll just get me in trouble, I think. Although she never gets mad at me. She gets annoyed, for sure, but never really mad. You don't fold for anyone? Oh, yeah, no, so, sorry, well, that's the wife. But what do you mean DrVem is wiped out? I'm still in the game. Fuck off. You got a top clipper badge? Nice, bro. I saw Lil Pix got that in Noble's stream yesterday as well. Man, that's a badge of honor. Thanks for clipping so much. Ah, ballsack! Man, I might lose this one and not on purpose. Right, let's catch up to him. No, he's gonna win. It's close now. I wasted too much time. Totally lost on purpose, bro. Totally lost on purpose. Shit, am I gaining on him? Or is that just me? I swear if I beat him in this race. Yeah, especially now. Fuck off. Come on. Makes my life easier. Yeah. You clipped one thing today. You've clipped a bunch of things over time, man. That's where you get the top clipper badge. Haruto has finished. Oh no. He's finished. In my face. Man. No, top clip is daily. Really? No, it can't be. Man. Fuck that shit. I actually lost for realsies as well. I lose all of my reps? What the fuck is this, dude? As long as it's weekly. 17 seconds behind, man. Fuck me. They better come through with that money, though. That's 720 K that they owed me. I don't think anyone noticed. Refuel. Map. Let's go. PA to Tsumi PA. Fine? Come on, dude. You can't find me. Right, maybe if I'm driving the opposite direction of what is allowed, I guess. Need to refuel eventually. Oh shit! Yeah. Never mind. Refuel. 87 octane, I guess. No, we're gonna go with the cheapest shit. I got 1,000,000 yen? Like, to my name? You always want all the octane? Really? Goto Shitita no Koto. I think I'm supposed to take this one, right? Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Whee! I'm going super fast! Woo! Too fast! No one in chat will understand that reference. More octane. Wait, where is it from? What movie is it from? Oh shit, I gotta go up. Is this up? No. Is this up? Oh, it's from a YouTube channel. Oh, come on. We just sold out or some drama or other happened. Yeah. Usually what happens, man. I'm planning on selling out first chance I get, man. Woo! Alright, that's fun. That's fun, actually. Gave us card guys the classic of more power, baby! And her Pierce. Alright, so it's being funny is what I'm hearing. Come on, let me fucking turn. There we go. Enter. More power! I'm enjoying this too much. And I've been streaming for exactly as long as I was meant to, which is almost 3 hours. But that's because I was a half hour late as well. I meant to stop at 9. Wait, why am I home? I don't want to go home. I wanted to... Fuck it, whatever. Car value. Earnings, 3,300,000. Let's change oil. Fuck it. You went home? I thought I picked a mysterious location, man. Let's see about that engine, though. Let's see here. Buy parts. Let's go. Get a fat snail in that bad boy. What's a fat snail, man? It's like a turbo? Air filter, exhaust manifold, intake manifold, intercooler. No, no, no. Fuel system, engine block. Engine head, pistons. Dude, this is too much. Like, I don't know any of this. Jesus. Turbo prototype, 1,000,000 yen. I can get it. Like, I can get it, but... Fuck it, alright. We're getting it. Exit. Check out. 382 horsepower. Big turbo means your car sneezes when you go off throttle into peak pressure. You need a voice clip from me? Man, what you need a voice clip for? What you need that shit for, man? You just fucked your engine? No, I didn't. No, I didn't. What do you need me to say in that voice clip, mister? What do you want me to say? Oil cooling. Let's add that to cart. Checkout. Come on. No, okay, I couldn't add it to cart because I didn't have the money. Put a new channel point redemption. It's DrVem's fault, and I need a voice clip of you saying it's DrVem's fault, so I can add it to the redemption. Fuck's sake. All right, I can do that. I can do that. Oh man. All right, so I gotta like change shit now. Radiator, spark plugs, turbo. I gotta install the normal turbo again then, right? Fuck. Alright. Well, it's fun. It was fun while it lasted, you know? It's always something. Exit. Cares about stats other than horsepower and torque. All right, but yeah, Nobles, I'll get that. I'll get that voice clip for you. Are you sure you want to exit? Yes, I want to win more money. I want power. I want more money. I want to go vroom vroom. Come on. Love the vibe of this game, by the way. The like late 80s vibe, early 90s. Very, very nice. Wait, late 90s, early 2000s. Fuck me, I'm old. I need to get younger. Somehow. Alright. I'm not trying to pause. Trying to go to map. Mysterious location. A. Set GPS. Really, it's here? That's nothing. I have not arrived at my destination, actually. Like, what the fuck? This is supposed to be where it is. It's a literal fucking toll booth, though. Like, why? Game's version of speed traps. Oh, come on. But it says here, driver Haruto, PA Tatsumi. Is he further down? Is that it? Let's go with that one. Oh, yeah. Nope, nope. There'd be an achievement that's like hold the record on all toll booths in the future. Oh, that'd be cool, actually. Alright, where the fuck am I going now, though? Alright. Oh, come on! I got good fuel though. I need to refuel anytime soon. Jesus fuck. Watch where you drive, you dick. honestly, some people look, they're all driving the wrong way as well. Don't understand how some people can drive like that. What do you mean clipping that too? Why would you? Why would you? Perfectly innocent and just driving very, very well. This is not the one, right? Balls. Oh, come on. I'm so bad at this game. Don't worry about it? Well, I worry as much as I wanna. Jesus. Hey, Stony. Shut up. It's another toll booth? I'm just paying money to the state here. What the fuck, man? Alright, let's go there instead, I guess. Let's see, where can I turn around then? It says it should be down here. But it's fucking not. Alright, there it is. People can't drive. You are so helpful, Nick. Very, very nice. I appreciate it a lot. And I'm not being sarcastic, even though it sounds like I'm being sarcastic. I actually do appreciate what you do here. Even if what you do is making me look bad by clipping things I've actually said. How dare you use reality against me? That is so mean. Oh, come on! Someone dick. I called Dit Ashle yesterday. And I said back to the old fuck, thanks, you too. Sick. So an old dude said, you ass! And you were like, yeah, you too, man. Bye. Wait, was I able to go down there? Oh, come on! Nice. I mean, that's the perfect answer, really. Oh, you asked. Like, yeah, you too. Bye. Stop being in my way. God fucking damn it. Man, I just wanna drive. How do I get down there? Fuck everything. Boo-hoo, sorry I didn't feel like walking 50 meters carrying shit, yeah. Alright, so we can't go here. There should be a place we can turn around somewhere up here. You were in the wrong, but he could still bike around my van, so I don't get it, yeah. I feel that. And man, like, you're working. Like, it's tough enough as it is. Sometimes I feel like you just need to, like, if you feel people who are working are in your way, just take a breather, let them fucking do their job for a second. Like, it'll be fine, I promise. Another fucking toll booth! I swear to God. I'm gonna have hit all the fucking toll booths. Shinsua time trial? I don't want that. No. We're going there. I don't care anymore. Alright. Ah, fuck, I hit the same toll booth again. Just because of that ball sack. Technically, you don't have to be nice to people. Oh, you don't. Definitely do not. Especially some random passerby, yeah. Especially if they yell at you and stuff. Fuck that guy then. I mean, I am of the opinion that you should always try to be as kind as possible. But you don't really owe it to anyone, I wouldn't say. Like, as a goal, it's noble, I think. Haha, get it? Noble is noble. Being kind is a good thing, but you don't really owe anyone kindness. Especially if they don't treat you kindly either. Sometimes you just gotta be a little bit petty, you know? Hype nobles! Yeah. I'm fast as fuck, bro! Can't wait to install that turbo. Yeah, I'm still driving still on the correct path. Oh, come on! Excuse you, I'm driving here, actually. Could you please... Why can't I drive on the right side of the road? I feel like I'm constantly moving against the flow of traffic. We are some petty motherfuckers. I mean, sometimes we be petty motherfuckers, for sure. I am a little bit disturbed by the moans in some of these songs. I feel like that is just much more proof of how much of a prude I am. You've run out of night? What do you mean you've run out of night? Alright. Night rating D+, eat balls, man. You can eat my D+. We'll fuck with you if you feel like you're being a dumbass. Yeah, I definitely buy that, man. Gosh, man. I think we're gonna, like, end today. We've done 3 hours and 15 minutes of this stream. Did 5 hours before today. It's been a fucking thing. Definitely. For your sake, I'm not gonna clip that. Alright. Thank you, I guess. Oh my gosh. Hey, thanks. Ad starts soon. You can eat my shit. Snooze. We're gonna skip that out entirely, actually, because we are raiding out. It's not necessarily time to go to bed, but it is time to take a chill pill and end the day. We're gonna Oh, Jesus Christ, that's loud. We're gonna... I'm going to stream tomorrow again. 12-hour stream tomorrow. A quick example, a few weeks ago, a company changed their procedures and the guy on that route refused to deliver their shit until the managers got upset. Nice. Sucks for them. Let's see. I think... Yeah, Baby Leg is live, and Baby Leg is part of Head Removal Inc. So we are rating Baby Leg. Gotta show some support for the head removal. Baby Leg is playing World of Warcraft right now. Arrgh. There's a very, very big company. Don't fuck with the postman. Don't fuck with the postman, and the postman's gonna fuck your mom. No, sorry. You could clip that and use it as a cell phone signal. I don't know. We're gonna raid Baby Leg, part of Head Removal Inc. Nobles, Jibs, Samwise, Myth, that whole gang. So we're raiding him, showing some support and love, and I'll see you tomorrow, gang. Thanks for being here. I love you all. Alright.